Welcome back to Dango Vids. I'll be trying something different today in this video than what I usually do. From time to time, topics in the gaming community arise and I tend to avoid them for the most part. But now I've decided that I would share my opinions in this little series. Now, for the moment I'm thinking of keeping it gaming related, and the subject matter will be anything I may find interesting. Of course, if there are any subjects you, the viewer, may want my opinion on, you can definitely leave a suggestion in the comment section, and if I feel that I know enough on the subject or just find the topic interesting, I may make a video on it. Now that I have the introduction out of the way, I wanted to speak my mind on a few topics relating to Fallout 4. One being the Pipboy edition and the PC disc version. Like many other fans of Fallout, when the Pipboy edition got announced, I was excited. Usually I don't care for collector's editions, but Fallout was a series I very much enjoyed and felt as if Bethesda was a company that I'd gladly throw my money at. Of course, the Pipboy edition was sold out practically immediately, which led to the first issue. Bethesda should have limited the amount of Pipboy editions a buyer could purchase. Like other collector's items, you have the fans that enjoy the franchises that put out the collector editions. And then you have people that see an opportunity to make a quick buck. I can't even hate on these people because, as the saying goes, don't hate the player, hate the game. But quite honestly, Bethesda should have seen this coming, and they should have either limited the amount somebody can purchase or have made more Pipboy editions, because let's be honest here, it would have sold out either way. At the end of the day, however, Bethesda is a company, and they accomplished their goal on selling their product, and that's all they care about. Moving on from that, even if you managed to pre-order the Pipboy edition, that did not guarantee you the product. And some of you know where I'm going with this. You felt lucky when you beat the unfortunate others in the race to grab yourself a Pipboy. You got excited as the days counted down to when you could show off your shiny Pipboy in all its glory. But then, at the last moment, various consumers were slapped across the face as they opened up their emails only to read that their Pipboys would not be coming home to clasp itself around your wrist. I was one of these unfortunate consumers. I'll admit that I was a tad disappointed because the one time I actually cared about a collector's item, I got screwed. So yes, I do get a little bit salty when I see a leech put up a Pipboy on eBay, when instead a fan of the franchise could proudly be in public being laughed at by the common man. The blow is softened, however, since I do have a mini nuke on display for my appreciation of the Fallout series, thanks to the Anthology collection, and the blow was further softened when the website I pre-ordered the Pipboy edition from said that I could have the standard Fallout 4 edition for free. Now, the bigger issue I have is with the PC version of Fallout 4. I purchased the disc version of Fallout 4 because I like my physical copy games. Don't get me wrong, when I game on my PC, I'm familiar with Steam, so I've made my fair purchases on Steam. But when it comes to my favorite games, I do prefer having a physical copy. Back when Fallout 3 came out, and it was the Game of the Year edition, the game came out on the disc, and the DLC also came on the disc. It had nothing to do with Steam. Of course, before I received the game, I read the comments on Twitter by Pete Hines when somebody asked him if there was going to be any data on the disc. He said that there was going to be data on the disc, but that you still needed Steam to download files, because on the PC disc it's a DVD, it's not a Blu-ray like consoles. And honestly, he should have left it at that. That was a perfect explanation. But nope, you had to say it. He had to go there. Piracy. Of course, somebody called him out that this was absolute bullshit, and he responded with, and I quote,
"Well, we've been doing it this way more or less for 10 years. It seems to be doing okay. Lots of people bought Skyrim, Wolf, etc."
You know, Pete Hines, just because you've been doing something wrong for the last 10 years, it doesn't mean we, the consumers, the people that actually support your franchise, appreciate it. Because as people mention in the comments in response to his comment, the consumer, the people that legitimately buy the product, we're the ones getting fucked. Whereas the pirates are, well, they're doing what they always do. They keep pirating the game. They keep putting up torrents, and they don't have to deal with this bullshit Steam stuff. And lo and behold, at the time of this video, already there are Fallout 4 torrents out there that are cracked. Congratulations, Pete Hines. We are winning the war against piracy. You have been doing this for over 10 years. And yet, you fail to understand that it doesn't matter what you do. People are always going to pirate your games. Any game on PC. And the moment you proclaim we are doing this against piracy, you bet your ass someone out there is going to make that a challenge. And you bet your ass again that somebody is going to crack and torrent your game. So you should have just left it at the fact that the PC version gets released on a DVD and not a Blu-ray, which explains why you would have to download some of it from Steam. But here's the problem that I have with that. I put my disc in and I install it from the disc. It must have been, what, like 5, 6, 7 gigabytes on the disc? And then I had to download 20 gigabytes off Steam. That's ridiculous. I should have just done the digital download then, if that was going to be the case. But to be fair, that's just about as much as a DVD can hold anyways. So again, you can't really blame them. It does get me riled up, however. Just the fact that I had to still download 20 gigabytes. But to say that they did it against piracy, come on, man. Come on, get real. Who do you think you're talking to? You think that we're a bunch of idiots that don't know how it works out there? Your game's gonna get pirated no matter what. But, you know, forgetting all that, my main issue that I have with this and my main point is, if you have to install some of it from the disc and then some of it digitally, this has been a point that's been brought up before. What happens when Steam one day just shuts down? What happens to my game? The disc becomes nothing more than just a drink coaster. But I guess that's just the way it has to be until some company out there steps up and actually pioneers its way into releasing Blu-ray game discs on the PC, and then that gets more people to go out and purchase a Blu-ray drive. And I'm sorry, but piracy, I gotta get back on that. Piracy, come on, man. We all know what's happening here. Let's be honest, Bethesda, we all know what's happening here. Fallout 3 was amazing. It was on the disc, DLC was on the disc, everything was fine. But then somewhere down the line, you decided you want to squeeze every little penny out of every possible consumer out there. So now this whole piracy thing is it's just a sham. It's a sham. You're a phony. A big fat phony. In the end, we can't all have what we want. And I have to wonder how long it will be. How long will it take before Bethesda then starts putting in microtransactions into their games? Can't wait till that happens. That was sarcasm, by the way. Alright, that's the end of my rant. That's all I had to say. Now, I do have Fallout 4 installed, but I haven't touched it yet because I wanted to make this video before touching it and having like a bias. I didn't want to play the game, think it was amazing, and then not make this video and not, you know, voice my opinion on it due to thinking, hey, you know, Bethesda can do no wrong. But they can. They can. I really do enjoy the Fallout series, but I'm not a fanboy. And with that, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for listening to my opinion. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you have any opinions or questions, leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you on the next Dango vids.